Hey guys, welcome back. So I thought today I should talk about, I think I'm going to post this video before one of my Mario Sunshine episodes, where I talked about, I didn't listen to it right before I recorded this, which I probably should have, just to remind myself exactly what I said. I talked a little bit about the riot that happened in Minneapolis a couple weeks ago. I just wanted to preempt that video. I don't think in that video I said anything that I super disagree with, but I did frame it in a weird way, just because, I think the way this might be kind of weird to talk about a video you haven't seen yet, but I think it's a good idea. I talked about it, don't die. I talked about it kind of I didn't really know what was happening at that point. I had just heard something on the news about, this riot happened in Minneapolis and there was some looting or whatever. And then I saw this tweet from this Fox News person, and then I talked about that. I guess I maybe had seen some other tweets. I probably knew kind of what was going on, this person was killed by a cop, and so that's why everybody was upset, and there were protests, and there was some looting and stuff. So I talked about that. I'll talk about that tomorrow. That tweet that I don't know actually which day. Hopefully it's not going to be posted tomorrow, because then I'll have to edit this all tonight. So I think the thing that made me not like how I said that, the way I said it and the way I framed it, was I saw this tweet from was from John Tron, who's like a YouTube person, and it was awful. I mean, he did his tweet a couple days ago, and I recorded my video a couple weeks ago, so that's how I'm justifying it's okay. But he said something like, I just want everybody to be, he said the past couple days have made me really sad, and I just want everybody to be happy, and which is, that's a fine thing to say on a Tuesday when nothing's going on. I don't remember how to get the block down. Whoa. What just happened? I think I have to go up there and then push the block? Or do I have a key? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Sorry. I thought I knew what to do, but... So yeah, that tweet is fine to post what does it say? Only one with the eye of truth. Oh, duh. Good thing I read that. But to post that after everything that's happening, and he's on Twitter a lot, so he sees what's going on. Well, the worst part was he posts this awful meme below, and it said, the media is talking about racism and KKK and socialism, and I just want to grill. That is kind of a terrible way to respond to the situation. It's kind of almost better not to say anything, I feel like. To inject yourself into this thing that's happening, and then to say, I just want everything to go back to normal. That's super... I guess the kindest word you could say would be like tone deaf. That would be the nicest way to put it. Oops. And when I watched my video, I kind of felt like, well, I had mentioned this once before, like, I don't like fence sitting. I don't like people who say stuff such as, is that better? I don't like people who say stuff like, or I don't like people who say stuff such as. It makes me sound smarter, so maybe I should say that. I don't like people who say stuff such as, well, I don't like this side, and I don't like that side, and I'm, like, above everything. That's how it comes across. And the thing is, it's easy to be like that when you are a privileged person, like me. I'm very privileged. So it's easy to say, oh, I'm just going to sit back, and the media's talking about this and that, and I just want to stay home and have fun and watch TV. I guess it's fine to think that if you're like a normal person. I don't know, but it's not really okay to say something like that when this whole thing is happening. I didn't really say that in the video, but I felt a little. I did say something like, well, both sides there are honest positions. I still kind of agree with that. When I say both sides, I don't really know. I mean, most people are on the side of, like, the protesters. Nobody's really on the side of, I don't know. So I don't really know what I meant when I say tomorrow that there are honest positions on both sides. I'm not really sure who the other. I don't know, because if it's about racism, then how can there be an honest position on the other side of racism? There can't really. I guess the most honest position on the other side you could have is to just say, I think having police are important, and I think being a police officer is a really hard job, and we should try to protect the police. I guess, so if you're coming at it from that position, I think that's being kind of honest. I'm out of magic. Oh no, what do I do? Do I just guess? That's ridiculous. I got it right somehow. Wow. Yikes. Okay. I don't want to be Fence City, and I don't want to be, because, well, like I mentioned, if you have this privilege like I have, and like JonTron has, it's a little bit worse for JonTron because he has a platform that a lot of people can see. So he does have an opportunity to say something in support of the protests and everything. Oops. And he didn't. I think the Game Grumps did a good job. I saw them. They posted something yesterday, and they said a lot of good stuff. Like, we support the protests, and we've been maybe insensitive in the past, and we're going to try to change and be better. And we're donating $20,000 to the Minneapolis Bond Fund or whatever it was. And that's, I don't think anybody was expecting JonTron to do anything like that, but even nothing would have been better than really what he did. Oh, especially with the stuff he said before, but I don't want to get into that. Oh, Come on. Don't kill me. What happened? I didn't really say what I don't know. Did I don't know. I just want to preface that next video because I have more information now than I did then. What exactly could I say? I don't know. I didn't want to be... Well, I did say in the next video something like, well, I don't want to talk too much about this topic because I don't know a lot about it, and I guess I do know a little bit more than I knew then. I think it's okay to talk about. I don't know, I was afraid of being one of these white people who tries to insert themselves in a situation where nobody really cares what their opinion is. Like, you're a white person, this isn't really about you. But this seems like a big thing, like this is an everybody thing now. Everybody's protesting, and I've never seen this many protests before. It's kind of nice, kind of crazy. Like every city, it's having protests almost every day. It's kind of interesting. Hopefully good stuff happens because of it. I did do a tweet a couple days ago saying, just asking is what am I supposed to do to help? I'm not really sure. I was kind of iffy about tweeting that because I thought someone might say, well, why are you asking? Why don't you figure it out? Do some research. Stop being so lazy. I thought someone might say that, but nobody did. A couple people were nice. They tweeted this thing. It was like a link and said how to help. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I followed that and I gave some money or whatever, and I emailed my mayor. I really liked this this outline. So to be honest, there were some petitions and stuff in that link that I felt a little bit weird signing because it had to do with like legal stuff. And I was like, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if this person deserves second-degree murder or third-degree murder. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just felt kind of weird about signing a petition that was... I don't know. I feel weird about it. I don't know. That sounds bad. I don't know what to say. But just being honest, I felt weird about that. But I saw this outline, this template to email to your mayor that said... it said something like, like many people, I'm outraged about the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis, and so I would like to ask what you're doing to make sure your police is trained properly. And so it listed a bunch of questions to ask, like, how do you are your police trained to not use tactics like, I don't know, choking or whatever, and does your police have body cameras, or if a police is caught or something, I don't know. It had a lot of good questions, and I thought I like this because it's specifically saying this is what you need to do to help the problem. And I really liked that, so I did it and I sent it to the mayor, Michael Giordano, and he didn't get back to me yet, which isn't good. Oops. I'm not gonna vote for him next time. Did feel nice to do it though. Like, oh, I'm actually doing something. Is that a key? I guess I can go a little bit over today. I just want to make sure I say everything in this one video before I post the next one, and then I can anything else? So I guess I should just state what I've learned a little bit. I mean, I've always known that minorities, black people, they get treated worse by police because of inherent biases and racism in policing. Police see minorities and they think they're more dangerous because of inherent biases, so they treat them harsher. Or like, I mean, imagine if a white guy, I think George Floyd got arrested for like forging a check or something, or he tried to submit a forged check, and so police came and they arrested him, and then I don't remember where that door is. Then 2 police officers held him down, and 1 police officer killed him by choking him, putting his knee on his neck. Imagine if a white guy had signed a forged check, how much nicer he would have been treated, just because he wouldn't have been seen as dangerous. That's what I think is the problem that I have to find the key door. Maybe I should just stop and try to think about what to say here at the end. Just to make sure I say everything I need to say. I don't know. I don't want to say anything like cliche either. I'm always really self-conscious about saying things like I've heard other people say. I don't want to be cliche. I want to be honest, and I don't want to like parrot stuff I've heard, even if I think it's true, and I can't think of a better way to say it. Police need to be trained better. I would be happy if every police officer had a body camera. I'm not sure the logistics of how that would work, but it seems like a good idea. Just put cameras everywhere on the cops, so they have guns and they have the badge. They have power, so there's opportunities for them to exploit that power. They're less likely to exploit it if there's a camera on them all the time and they knew they were being recorded. Which sucks that it's necessary, but it's true. Police, especially I think in worse neighborhoods, don't have proper training. Even like conflict resolution and stuff like that. When is it necessary to use lethal force? Doesn't seem like they're trained well enough. I guess that's it. I would be happy. I would be happy if... I know this is impossible. I don't like guns. A lot of countries, the police don't have guns. They do okay. I would be happy if the police didn't have guns. But America is tough because everybody has guns, and everybody in like urban areas have guns too. I mean, the reason they have guns is because the police have guns, so they have to protect themselves from the police, and and other people have guns. Would be nice to just take away all the guns, but I don't know. I'm sure there must be a way to do that. Would be messy at the start, but eventually I think would be nice to try it. Take away the guns. I didn't even get into like mass incarceration, but that's like not really what this is about specifically, even though it is kind of, because it's just about everything. But hopefully that prefaced the next video enough. Well, it's kind of long. I'll try to support. I've never been active in any way, just because I've always been isolated. I've never even done anything. So going to a protest by myself seems kind of hard. I don't know if I'll do that, but I have donated a little bit of money that I have, and I know you're not supposed to say. I don't like saying that I donated money, because it's like, don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing, but so I won't mention it. But I do want to contribute as much as I can to good causes to help minority communities and stuff, because I am a privileged person and I do have some money I can give. And I would help as much as I can, but I don't know. I don't want to be a fence sitter. I don't want to be a JonTron. I don't want to be like that. I want to be someone who actually... I want to be somebody who believes in something and tries to help. But not someone who's... I don't want to be... I'm never going to be a super activist person. And maybe I should be, but... because I have this privilege and I can help people, but... I don't know if I can ever really do something like that. But I do want to. I don't want to sit on a fence, and I want to help aside. I don't know. I think part of the fence sitting thing comes from wanting to be a peacemaker, someone who brings both sides together, and so you don't really want to take one side over the other. If you want to bring everybody together, and it's kind of what we all want, right? We all want to live together and be happy together. So you kind of sit on the fence and say, you don't want to go to this side or this side. It is hard to be a peacemaker. You have to be kind of smart, and I don't know if I'm smart enough to be a peacemaker. You have to understand both sides and be able to talk about it intelligently and be empathetic to both sides and to be smart enough to know how to help, but not talk down to anybody. It's really hard. I don't know if I can. It might be easier to just be like, well, I'm on the side of the protesters and the Black Lives Matter people, and I'll just give them my money and I won't say anything. But I mean, how much influence do I really have anyway? I'm not influencing anybody. But it is something I should talk about and think about, and learn about how to, even though like I can't influence really a lot of people or anything, but anybody who is watching, if you want to talk about more about it and educate me more, because obviously I'm not educated really about anything, so specifically about this, like I don't really ever talk to minority people, just because I don't talk to anybody ever, so I don't really know what a minority person's experiences are, like a specific experience for people and like how they live day to day. I don't really know what that's like for them. I just know what my life is like. I guess I should end there. I don't want to ramble too much. Hopefully, sorry, I know that's loud when I hit this stupid thing. Hopefully, like, you don't just, I don't know, go easy on me, I guess, because I am kind of new to even talking and expressing myself, so sometimes I might trip myself and, I don't know, put my foot in my mouth or whatever. I don't, obviously, no one ever means to do that, and you can shame me if I say something dumb, so I'll try to always be someone who's gonna say, thank you for letting me know that I did something wrong, and I don't know, I want to be better. So thanks for helping me be better. But try to go easy on me. Because there is a possibility if, like, people start piling on top of me, I might just go, I don't know. No, don't worry about that, though. Tell me whatever you want. Be mad at me. It's okay. I'm just kidding. You can be as mad as you want. Okay, that's it for today. Tomorrow, go easy on that guy tomorrow. He has no idea what he's talking about. He's okay, yeah, I'll end it there. See you tomorrow.